game was as expected for any ghost hunting style game as follows. Load in, small tutorial, get into your first game, and get scared as it goes. But this game threw one of its many curveballs at me. CSPPI, or Conrad Stevensons Paranormal Private Investigations, is a single player ghost hunting horror game that takes place in the old historic town of. You play as the character Conrad Stevenson, who runs a personal investigation for ghost investigations, hence the name of the game. When you launch into the game, you get a small backstory of Conrad's profession in ghost hunting. Once you load in, you get contracted by a concerned homeowner who suspect that their property is haunted. A slight progression system is implemented into the game, as new places are unlocked as you play the game. CSPPI focuses on the immersion and investigation part of the ghost hunting, as the game involves an extensive research system in where you must discover old documents on the previous home owner's history of the house dash area and sort evidence to focus on the specific ghost that you want to investigate. As you investigate, you discover chilling evidence of four main types: EMF, temperature, photo and video, and audio recording. More about these later. You could collect and record these evidences and log them in your personal storage back at your agency, where you where where you can analyze the evidence more thoroughly. You could also collect the historical evidence that spawns throughout the map. In my personal endeavors, I could not find many. These are also collected and stored in your personal database. CSPPI has a vast ocean of content to explore. A key factor in CSPPI is the research and documentation that one can do before an investigation. Researching is a major part of ghost hunting, as it provides for more ghost hunting activity for the more that you explore the history of the house and its residents. Research could also help you narrow down a specific ghost that one would want to research exclusively from the many that could haunt one resident. The history of each location is currently in the game is always extensive and may branch out for many generations, going all the way back sometimes before the town was founded. While research provides a key mechanical part of the game, it also gives life to each and every ghost, and as it gives them their own personal backstory. Research is not the majority of the game, while it is a huge part of the game, it isn't all of it. In this game, I have not made more guttural screams and noises while playing a mere game. The slow and quiet horror of this game gives me some of the largest scares of all time, and combined with the actions that the ghosts do, like screaming, chasing you, running, and you peeking around corners, etc. It never feels like a randomly generated event, and more like real life.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me? Can you tell me your name? Can you tell me your name? Wow, that sounded like a response. That is very interesting.
CSPPI is a very unique take on the ghost hunting genre, and it is a breath of fresh air from the mundane evidence collection and the predictable scares that many other ghost hunting games have. Yet CSPPI is not immune to flaws. To the contrary of my high praise, I still think it needs a lot of work to be an amazing game. Some of my criticisms are mostly the lack of variety of tools and equipment in the game and the audio database. Every time I played around in the game, I wish I could do an overview of my evidence collection by setting up cameras to record the night activity during the night. I wanted to do this with the handheld camera, but I was given sniper remarks by Conrad, which I thought was very funny and a good touch to the game. I think a camera that could have a chance to pick up some activity and would only record when there is an action, like a motion camera, would be a great immersion to the game. For example, you could be wondering if a sound upstairs was a ghost or just a house creaking. The camera could also answer you that question. This could also have a plethora of great additions to the game, as equipment progression could buy a motion camera that could pick up more sensitive activity by adding immersion, as it shows that the ghosts are always active all the time. I also really hope that the recordings that you collect and analyze could be more properly examined and even unlock new questions that could have a higher chance to trigger the ghost. For example, the little girl, after collecting her coffin, you could ask, did you die of a sickness? Or you could combine evidences to unlock new info about the ghost. This would triple the immersion and spookiness, as it gives more personal relationship with you and the ghost, and it feels more personal if you're calling out the ghost by their name. Overall, I think that CSPPI is pushing a new and great idea in the ghost hunting genre, and that you should 100% buy this game. A few disclaimers: this game is single player and is still in early development. The game has already been updated, so updates are quickly coming out with better improvements in the game every time. Final rating of 8.5 out of 10. That is all that I gotta say about this very exciting game. Speaking about exciting games, you can check out my other review on the game